Imagination Creation Films, and today, well, it's Friday. I don't even know the date. It's day whatever of quarantine. I don't know. I really think we should probably do a live stream today. Everybody else is doing a live stream, but don't you want to come to mine? Oh yeah, it's live stream time. That means it's time for you and me to kind of sit down and, just kind of spend a little bit of time chatting and, conversing, one-on-one time, video, cinematography, lighting, which is part of cinematography, photography, you name it. Let's chat about it. You ask the questions, I'll give you answers, or if you don't ask enough questions, I'll ask the questions and get answers from you guys. So how is everyone out there this fine, wonderful afternoon? I see there's not very many of you. That's sad. I mean, really? You don't believe in me? I made room for the internet and everything, as I want you to be my friend. That's my lousy, I'm pretending to cry voice, but it's not working. I probably could make myself cry doing that, actually. It's kind of weird feeling a little bit. But how's everyone doing on their quarantines? How's everyone? I hope you're being socially responsible. It is important, and you should practice it when at all possible. Social distancing. It's been one heck of a very busy week for me, doing lots of editing. Who's out there? Come say hello, or is it just me? Is it just me? Am I the only one that's out there? I think that may be it. I think I'm the actual only one that has joined in, because it says there's only one and I was the one connected. Is this going to be one of those days? I did, like a year and a half ago, I did an entire live stream with no one connected. Not one person ever connected. I mean, it wasn't your fault. It was really my fault, because I didn't have the right link address in there, and I mean, it was pretty bad. Hey, Tim Hyatt, buddy, how's it going, man? You must be hidden, because you're stealth. You're in stealth mode. Are you working home? Are you practicing safe social distancing? I hope so. Yeah, I did the entire live stream, the entire time, and then it wasn't an hour later after the live stream that I realized I didn't have the right address and no one could connect, and they all gave up on me. That's just sad. Yep, at home. Well, stay safe. Social distancing. Keep at least 6 feet away from anybody in your household, pets included. I know that needy cat is just going to be a problem, but you got to do your part. Seriously, it's the thing to do. Let's see. So apparently somebody else is doing a live stream right now, which kind of stinks. This is my slot. Like, all of YouTube knows this is Scott's slot. Scott's slot, you can do. No. But apparently someone else is doing a live stream, and I guess everybody I know is on that one. I mean, you, Tim, I appreciate you. I really do. You're there. You're like one of my good friends that just cares enough to join up socially distant and, be a part of it. And it's, this is weird. No one is connecting. Glad to be, and I'm glad you're here too, my friend. Very glad. This is really weird. I mean, I'll do a whole live stream with one person. You're the audience. I'm happy. I mean, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about. I've just never seen this before. That's so wild. I'll do my normal spiel here. Remember to click subscribe, Tim, if you haven't already. And give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Oh, and you're going to leave here fairly soon. Got to brave a trip to the store. Ooh. Yeah, the trick there is go early in the morning, because they restock the produce in the evening or late at night. So you get that fresh, delicious produce. We've discovered that one, but you got to wait in line. Does your grocery store have the 6-foot blocks? They chalk outlined blocks everywhere for everyone to be socially distant. And we don't really have a lot of traffic today, so I just figured, what the heck, might as well just continue to do the show. But I got one of those Walmart shopper pickup. Oh, nice. That's kind of rare. We have a store here, HEB, that does that, and they have a pickup thing, but apparently people are like getting and calling in their orders, and they are not actually having them. So when they go to pick them up, they're not there. They put the stuff back on this. My audio's echoing? Oh, yeah, that may be. I think I know why. It's not so much that it's echoing. It's just, it's kind of a thing. It's not echoing real bad. It's got 2 echoes, I'm guessing. Let's see here. So the sounds like 3 of you. Yeah, about right. The stores are having lots of that happened with us earlier this week at another store. Right. Okay, that makes perfect sense. And then, I mean, there's plenty of food, so there really shouldn't be much of a problem. It's just people are just panic buying. It's kind of a weird thing. Chad Watkins, what's up, man? How's it going? You are beamed up. You are beamed up before you can even ask. Sounds like 3 of me. Yeah, I think that'll get better here over.
Look, can we go back to one, because you're stuttering some. It's messing up.
We're live.
Like right now?
Yeah, this is a live stream.
This camera?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Remember the.
What's up, everybody? How's that?
Okay. It's Bill Howard, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, 6 feet, you son of a. Hey, what's up, everybody? Bill Howard here, all the way from sunny Hawaii. You drove, right?
From Hawaii.
I don't ever remember if you're from South Carolina or North Carolina.
It's deep between Hawaii and...
It is deep, yeah, but if you get enough speed, it's not a problem.
But I came here so I could,
Cyber
self-quarantine
right
with you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Thank you for touching me.
I didn't touch his face.
Watch those hands, watch those hands. Hey, it's Drew, Craft Show. What's up, Drew? Let's see, beam me up. I already beamed you. You don't get a double beam. Oh, it's Eric. Go ahead, Bill. Hello.
He's taking a phone call during a live.
I'm live streaming.
I mean, that would be like, me coming on here and, let's see if we can, and getting a selfie during this, and it's on a timer, so we have to wait.
Oh, wow. Okay, Bill, let's wait the full 10 seconds. Oh, God. Get your frame right. Now I can jump out, right?
There we go.
I thought Eric was calling to be part of the live stream, but no, he's like, oh, I didn't realize you were live streaming, sorry. I mean, when Eric calls, I take the call. Why? That's what friends do. If Bill called me, I would take the call later.
I called you 14 times before I showed up at your door.
I know. That's what phone mutes are for. Chad says, hi, Bill.
Hey,
Chad.
Hey, Chad. And do you know that he wouldn't unlock the gate? I actually had to drive through the neighbor's yard to get here.
It's true. And then he got stuck, and my neighbor had to go pull him out with his tractor because he thought that would be a good idea. Oh, Drew says, question for the pros. I had an Anton Bauer gold mount not mount today. Ooh. Like it wouldn't physically mount or it wouldn't turn on. And Chad says, so I've been unhappy with my footage. I know what my Scarlet W is capable of, but I don't feel my final videos don't show the true power of red sometimes. Interesting point. It is my color grading. Should I take a grade? I got a tickle in my throat. I do not have corona.
I got one for this. Chad, go black and white. No color. We're good. That's what we do with photography. If we have a lot of noise, we just go black and white and say it's artistic.
Right. Well, it is. You don't have to worry about color temperature. It is my color grading. Should I take a grading course? By the way, I've also dumped Premiere for Resolve. Well, you should be able to pull an amazing image using red in Resolve. I mean, you may not be using enough of Resolve. Resolve has a ton of features in there. Stand by on that one, Chad. Drew says, which was insanely embarrassing in front of a few new clients I have. Ooh, you got clients? How do you get one of those? It would not physically mount. All batteries mounted. Was it an older nickel metal hydride, or was it a lithium ion? Check for swelling. I have seen if the battery will swell ever so slightly, one of those studs will get off. All batteries mounted to the charger, just not to on the Oh, what brand plate was that? Who was dinging me so much? Oh, it's Luke. Hey, bud. Let me tell him I'm live streaming.
Here he goes. But you know what? You said that one's Drew?
Yeah, that's Drew. Craft Show's Drew.
Okay. Well, one thing is you haven't made it until you've embarrassed yourself in front of clients.
This is true. This is true. Nope. Done. Black Magic. I don't have any experience with the Black Magic and the Gold Mount. Well, it's probably a 3-stud. Sorry. What brand are they? Actual Anton Bauer? You said Anton Bauer. Well, what brand batteries are they? Let's go there. Chad says, what should be my base settings you would recommend? I shoot 24 with full sensor and slow-mo in 5K 60 to see truer color. Your Scarlet W. So I like Dragon Color 2, Red Gamma 4, Red Gamma 4 for the settings. And we went through that before. And then set your ISO to 800. And then watch those goalposts. Make sure you're not in it at all. That should be a start. If you're going either side, you're affecting your image. If not, well, then you need to start looking at making some changes in Resolve. It's an Anton Bauer branded product. Man, I don't know. So the Ursa Mini Pro, that plate comes off. It's just got a quick wiring plug in there, if I'm not mistaken. Take it off and see if there's any adjustments on the backside of it. That's kind of odd. I'm not much of a 3-stud shooter. I shot them back when I worked for ABC, but not really since. That's the only thing I can think of. Interesting. Allie says, hey, Scott, what's up? How are we supposed to let our lives center around your passions when we're stuck indoors? There's an echo delay with the...
We're going to go over that, by the way, but is it mine?
You know what? I think...
When I talk, I'm echoing in yours, it looks like, too.
Well, I think, and we have the delay. So what happens if you mute yours? If you're standing here, can you be heard? Let's do a test, everybody. So there's a switch. So I'll just talk like this, and...
How does this sound for everybody?
I think everybody would be able to actually hear you.
Or if y'all don't hear me, it'll probably make him happy.
Probably. Because, microphone's right here. He should be able to be picked up. I'm not going to get more socially closer, but no-go sounds great. Okay, there we go. So you don't have to wear that if you don't want to. I will turn this one off.
Get ready. We're about to have an influx of light.
Chrome Dome!
Step off camera for a second.
Wow, no kidding. Dude, just the hat. You don't need to take anything else off. Oh my God. Well, do it slowly at least. Hey, don't say that. You're going to get me demonetized the way you said that. Oh, I want to learn Kelvin? Oh yeah, color temperature is vastly important, for sure. If you're in daylight, you want to set it to about 55, 5600 and like -5 on the tint. Only Scott coming through. Well, that's because he left. Sorry if I'm talking too much. No, that's all right. That's what conversations are for. That should be muted there. Okay. And then let's, oops, undo that. Do that. Okay. Test, test, test. Okay, we got me. He just walked away. He likes to take photos of people. Tim says, off to the store. Stay safe, everyone. Tim, be careful. Don't touch anything. Don't sneeze on anything. My gosh. That was horrible. Okay. Yeah, Kelvin. Yeah, you really need to understand Kelvin. And Kelvin's not hard. I mean, I could do a video on that, I guess. Well, I mean, that is one of the videos I actually have planned. But think about Kelvin as the color temperature. The warmer it is, the yellower it is, the more you should set that. Now, the good thing on the red is it's raw. So you can change it at any point in between. So if you get it wrong, just slide it over. But try to get a natural image. And what you can do with red footage is, this is so awkward. Get one of these guys. You stay there, it's fine. Yeah, but you lost your mic. This is a color checker by Passport. And since you use Resolve, this is absolutely great for you. So what you do is you put this in your image, just like this, and you roll on it for 2 seconds. Then you go into Resolve later, and you pop this sucker, the little image, and you still it, or just pull up a still image of it, cut around it, and then it has built-in tools that it'll match those, they call them chiclets. These chiclets are specific colors, and it has these values in Resolve. And so you just go in there and you tell it where it is, it automatically sees it, and it adjusts your color, everything, using this. So this is a good tool to have. It's also really good to set your white balance, which it has a second slide. There's a white card right there, and focus checker, which is, ooh, that's eerie. Whoa, it's a little eerie.
Couldn't you just take your wife's makeup case?
You sure could.
Because that's what it looked like on the other part. Just, you dab it and, yeah.
I need some Kleenex to, yeah, you could do that. These, I think there's a link down below. If there's not, use any link down below and type in Color Checker Passport. And, I mean, these things are great. They're made by X-Rite. They're fantastic. They fit in any pocket. It was not a pocket, that was my shirt. But you thought it for a second. You're like, oh, he's got inside pockets. Yes, and they're deep pockets too. Yeah. So we've got Bill Howard here. Is it South Carolina or North Carolina?
North Carolina.
I can't tell your accent's the same.
He keeps saying South Carolina, but I wear shoes.
Well, you know, South Carolina invented the toothbrush.
Because they only had one tooth to brush.
Yep. If Texas had invented it, it'd have been called the teeth brush. There you go. Dad joke number 37. Oh, hey, Newman Films. What's up, buddy? Surviving the lockdown? I am. Actually, I've been watching your Pro Tools stuff. I love that. I haven't used Pro Tools in a while. I'm on, I use Logic and Ableton. I also use Cubase too, but Pro Tools is, it costs money now, and I don't like to spend money, especially when I don't have any. But yeah, I appreciate your Pro Tools stuff. If y'all don't know Newman Films, you should absolutely get to know him. He's got like 7 million subscribers now. I don't know, something like that. But he's a fantastic shooter up in the Pacific Northwest. Also writes his own music. He's an all-around good guy, and you should get to know him.
While Scott was setting all this up, he was telling me about Newman Films, actually. So you'll get another sub later on today.
I was responding to him on message over here. We were talking about the probe lens. Yeah, it's a little soft around the edges. That has to do with I think it's like 30 elements inside. It's an extraordinary amount of elements in there. And it gets a little soft there. If you go up to like F28, it's a little sharper on the edges, not much. And that'll also help with your focus depth. But it's a tough lens to shoot, mostly because, my God, you need your own sun in your house to get it. It is insanity with the amount of light that you have. I mean, you've seen how much light I have in here, and I was using everything to get my shots. But, yeah, it could take some awesome stuff. And Newman, you shoot on helium, right? So helium, you can go up with your ISO quite a bit, too. That helps. I was using frame averaging and frame summing to get a nice little bump, which if you're not using that, you can use that too, to get a nice little bump in clarity.
The reason you can't hear me is because he has a bill block on.
You can hear. What?
Said he couldn't hear me.
That was earlier. Only Scott coming through?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't want to hear you. He's from Mobile, Alabama. He's got a conflicting accent.
I drove through. No, I didn't drive through nothing.
You got to go through the tunnel. I would totally bring you in, Drew, but I can't get the StreamYard to work on this computer at the moment. I'll have to figure that one out. But I would love to pop you in. I really would. That's really cool. Let's see here. Allie says, Newman Films in the house. Yep, and I said it just like you would. Chad says, also recently sent my Sigma 1835 to be rehoused in cinema body. Oh, nice. Declicked. I want that pro look. Just got to wait a month now to get it back. Do the paint. Yeah, I get it. It's a good lens. I don't have mine cinemized. Cinemized? Is that a?
It is now.
I like it. I'm really used to shooting with stills glass, and the cinema glass is great. Let's see. It's going to be parfocal. Also, can't wait. Oh, yeah, nice. Newman says, Newman. It's not Newman. That's not his name. It's actually Luke or Luca, isn't it? Luke, is it Luca or is it's Luke? Yeah. Trying to do some paint stuff, and it's almost unusable in the corners. Really? Like paint? Like with real paints? I didn't get to do my paint videos before I had to send that probe off. I'm going to get one of those probes here real soon. Drew says, all good. See, it's all good from North Carolina. Great to see Kyle here. Yep. Look, Kyle? Luke? I thought it was Luke. Kyle? Now I've lost it. I'm sorry, dude. I'm useless when I'm live. Paint pourings. Oh, see? Yes, I love that's exactly what I was going to do. This one has come down. That's exactly what I was going to do was the paint pouring stuff. Yeah, exactly. But it's really hard to do. This was the last one I did. When you use glow in the dark paints, just remember they're not opaque. So if you look at it, you can kind of see it. Let me turn on the flashlight and see if I can make it glow for you here. It was it looked amazing at first, and there they're coming out.
Let me throw an LED on it.
Yeah, actually there's one behind me in there. It looked amazing at first, and then not so much. I got one right here. I come prepared. Look at that. I'm going to charge this bad boy up here. Well, you can see it now. Well, if I can go through the... Oh, whoa. Well, there's some spots that paint didn't get through. That's interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Is yours that bright?
Put it down right here.
Oh, hold on. Well, you can't see it there.
Little, like right there.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's...
Well, I mean, it's not as cool as the others that I've done, but yeah, the paint pouring is one of my favorite things to do now. It is so much fun, and I was going to do a whole video on it, and I hadn't gotten around to it. Bill can tell you I've been kind of out of sorts lately creatively, but Kyle Newman, see, dadgummit.
He didn't remember my name when the police came today either.
Drew's just making up names. I think he's saying He is. Now it's getting confusing because I thought I was right, and I was, and then I was trusting Drew. Wow, misplaced trust, Drew. I'm just kidding. No, Drew is Craft Show, and Drew Hall, and then his buddy, the Beard. Yes, Luke Newman. That's what I thought. Then I started thinking, well, is his wife's name Luca? Or maybe I'm getting it wrong? How have I been wrong all these times? I wasn't. Drew's just throwing me off. Craft Show is Drew, not Kyle. Drew, did you change your name? Why are you in time?
I was just looking at the board.
It's so awkward. But
Awkward was when they frisked me when I was in my underwear.
yeah, I told you, come in clean. Don't. But if you don't know who Bill Howard is a sports photographer out of North Carolina. He does a lot of action shots and sports, and you tell him what you do. I'm going to turn this fan on.
I'm a commercial photographer. I don't know what he's talking about with sports nut. I'm a commercial photographer and a sports photographer, and we lost the ACC tournament, we lost the NCAA tournament, we lost PGA, NBA, MLB, every bit of it, and I picked up a pretty good commercial job that has brought me to Austin, Texas.
1 second. If I walked away, you wouldn't have audio, but I need to turn this fan on because I am so hot right now. It's probably because I'm sitting so close to you. I'm kidding, of course. Now you can talk.
But yeah, that's what we do. And Scott offered me his home, and him and his family are going to sleep outside in a tent.
For social distancing, got to be safe.
Exactly.
Got to do it. Luke said, I sent you the thing. Okay, let me pull this. I'm not going to pull it up on here because you didn't say to put it up on there. Oh, let me turn that down. Oh, no, mute. Don't, because that's probably your original music, no less, in which case I would get demonetized by you. This is what he's working on. Let's see here. Ooh, I like that. But that's soft. The second shot is I like it. No. Ooh, what is that? Wow. God, I wish I had. What? That's not with the probe. That is not with that. Okay, that's definitely not with the probe.
It's a space probe.
I'm like, wait a minute. The first two shots, I didn't dislike those at all. In fact, I like the color. The color you pulled out of that was pretty nice, actually. Because you've seen that kind of milky brown flavor that it kind of gives everything. It is interesting to say the least. Let's see here. I've got one of my clients messaging me. I've got one of my sub-clients messaging me. Okay, let's see here. He busted us. We're not 6 feet apart. We are. It's a very, very telephoto lens. This is space compression. So he's actually, look, I can't even touch Bill if I reach all the way out. I can't.
Tyrannosaurus Rex on.
That's right. That was a pretty good meme. It's like, or that was the one that was like cover your mouth when you cough, and he's like, I can't. I got Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. They're hosting all right. One of the first shots on pro. Okay, that made more sense because that one of the tree, that to me, it actually felt like a Rokinon. It was really like a Rokinon 14, was it by chance? It had that look to it. Tell me what that one, where the upwards angle of the tree. But I like your color, man. You always get good color. It was back when, gosh, when did I find you? I found you like 3 years ago. What are you doing?
I'm watching you.
You're taking all the bandwidth. Now there's an echo. Thanks. It's hard having a guest host. But if you have any questions about photography, sports photography in general, this is your guy.
Any type of photography. I'm going to plant myself in some national parks at least 60 feet from people, hopefully,
right?
On this trip. So.
Oh, gotcha, Luke. Cool. Yeah, that is one I want to shoot with very soon, and I'm on the list. I'm waiting. That's not anything. That's me clearing my throat.
One of the things we're going to discuss that we'd like to hear from you all is, what are you doing during this dead time? I mean,
that's a great conversation.
What are you doing to keep your sanity?
Yep.
What are you doing to improve yourself? And what are you doing for income? I need to find out.
Those are really good questions, actually. Yeah, what during this time of seclusion, if you are an introvert, I would imagine this is not as bad. I'm sure it's still bad because you don't have choice. But as an introvert, it's probably not as bad. As an extrovert, how are you handling this? Because I'm like going bonkers, really.
But, a lot of times with an introvert, they're okay being around people. They just don't want to interact with those people.
Ah, good point.
Me, anyway.
Kyle says, literally, Kyle. See, now he's got me saying I'm going to call you Newman from now on. Newman. He says, literally nothing has changed in my life. Well, that's sad. I mean, I guess if you're introverted, I guess that makes more sense. I have become quite the introvert lately, mostly just working at home without any projects. Everything was going to blast off a month ago, and then everything got canned right at the same time. I mean, everybody else. So that's what I was saying the other day. We're all feeling the same thing. So I'm not saying anything new, but yeah, I want to get out. I want to get. Chad's an omnivert. He's like, everything's good with him. It's no problem. I'm the production Larry. Nothing has changed work-wise. Oh, interesting. I mean, it's somewhat true for me as well. I mean, I had not worked. I didn't have any jobs since November, but I kind of expected that. But I was lining them up, and I had jobs starting basically in March, the 1st of March. And I had quite a few lined up, and several of those are gone. But one I had started working on, I'm still working on, which is good. And then another one that I had worked on, I'm still working on. So I still have that. It's not big money at all, but I mean, it'll keep the lights on. But I mean, it just depends on how long, because I have nothing after them.
And see, like I lost 13 games, 2 PGA tournaments, an LPGA tournament, 2 huge commercial jobs, and I actually lost a video project for the local hospital.
Oh, yeah. Well, that will probably come back in full strength, though. Many of my jobs were not pushed, but completely canceled. So here in Austin, South by Southwest is a huge thing, and it's basically 10 days of cinematographer's delight. We run around with our rear ends on fire for 10 brutal days, and we get, to make our next several months with all that work. So that's gone. Also, I had some things lined up with NAB. That's gone. That was all stuff that I was working towards, and that's gone. But I still have a couple of clients that right now I'm doing editing work, which, again, super thankful for. Told you he's going to move as soon as you try to step over him. He barely moved. But yeah, I'm looking for new stuff. Kevin Kelly says, working from home, but I could social distance at my office. Yeah, This is true. Kevin, you see Bill? Let's see. Drew says, this is how I run things. Chicken with your head cut off. That's what I would say.
I even lost 2 of my personal projects because I had to halt from those.
They're your projects. What'd you do? You just like,
Well,
Bill, today we're not doing that.
Well, it was portrait projects,
Ah.
and so I can't shoot, like former governors and things like that I was going to have. So
This is true. This is true. Wonder how many companies will announce their new products next month, if at all, says Ali. I don't know. So my belief is that most companies can survive about 30 days of this before they'll go ahead and just go to alternate plans. So my guess is if Blackmagic was going to release, say, a product during NAB, they'll announce it really as soon as they reasonably can around the time of NAB. I'd say after 4 weeks, they're probably just going to do it anyway. I mean, I don't know that they are. Any other company. Did you see where Sony is they've partitioned off all their electronics and cameras to a new company? There's Sony imaging and camera products, and all of that is now a isolated subsidiary. I'm interested into why, but
and as far as new products, even with like the DSLRs and stuff, with the postponement of the Olympics, there's no reason for Canon and Nikon and Sony to throw out these sports cameras, which is typically when you see these higher end bodies come out. So they can delay it without effect.
This is true. Newman says probably rely more on influencers. Yeah, okay.
So you want to sign up for the influencer?
Yeah, I need some money. I need someone make me the influencer, or I'm the influencer of your dreams. Yeah, I mean a lot of gear gets centered around NAB because they like everybody crowding around and creating that buzz. I really kind of feel that NAB has taken a huge hit at this point. It wasn't their fault. They made the right decision because, clearly NAB is not even for another week or so. No, 2 weeks. But there's no way they could have had that responsibly. But all these companies are now going to be looking at things. What?
You're just there with your hands together.
Yeah, I paused.
Oh.
You're not even in the shot.
I know. That's why I'm sad.
I stopped it like an hour ago.
You're just reading the stuff on the right and not looking at us.
Well, I like to participate. It's an interactive. This is how live streams are done. Luke's influencer video was. You totally got me off. Yeah, NAB. I think a lot of companies will have to release stuff on their own and kind of realize that NAB isn't going to hurt their sales. The only thing that's hurting right now is just people's uncertainty of the future. And I think as soon as the uncertainty gets kind of softened, then people start buying gear again, jobs will start coming through, and things will pop in. Tell him to join. What the hell? Tell him to join.
I did.
Yeah. He didn't even know.
I just messaged him. I said, you got to get on.
He's like, I'm busy.
Ali's the one that kicks the trolls out, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't Ali also be the one that brings other people in?
It's not Ali. It's Ali.
Ali.
I think. I'm pretty sure that's the way I said it. You said it was right.
Ali. Ali for one, Ali for two.
He's just.
AB?
You got me totally lost. I'm just. Remember, if you want a extreme discount on Blue Shape, anything Blue Shape makes, just email me down below, films@imaginationx.com. Email me, Or you email me at blueshape@imaginationx.com. And I'll get you the details. I don't make any money off of you at all. That's 100% discount goes to you. See, I even have my Post-it note. I'm real. Everything I have. Either is fine. That did not answer the question.
It means we're both right.
No.
Or we're both wrong.
Right. It's Al. Al! Newman says, I'm subbing the Canon 100 macro for the paint stuff. The Laowa is unusable in the corners at f14. Yeah. The 100 macro is what I use as well. That's kind of my go-to macro because, I mean, that Canon macro is clean. Clean. What?
No.
Oh, Gerald.
No Forrest Gump impression.
Well, hello there, gents. Hello, Gerald. Welcome. It's good to see your happy face implied by your text.
Now, Gerald, you're going to have to go back and start this from the beginning.
Yeah.
You have to see the intro.
Yeah, he's very proud of that. He came up with that like a minute before we started.
Actually, I came up with something completely different that was totally super awesome. Scott came up with today.
Right, which was awesomer. There was, that. So, let's see. What, you've got a big journey ahead of you. Where are you driving to? In seclusion, 6 feet away from anybody.
Austin tomorrow. I'll be in Austin shooting some commercial work, which I'm actually considered essential.
He's media.
How about that? And then, what did I say? We're going to go from there to Guadalupe National or Mountain National Park.
Which New Mexico.
And then I've got a shoot in New Mexico with aerials, with not the Little Mermaid.
Oh, that would be two of them. Aerials.
Yeah.
That's plural.
Plus, they don't have the ocean there, do they?
Yeah, they do.
In New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have some property there I could buy?
I do. They have the ocean.
But then I got to go to California.
Oh, I thought you meant Billy Ocean. He lives in New Mexico, I heard, in Santa Fe. Yes. I went there one time. He told me, get out of my car. And then he told
Yeah,
this.
we may be outdating a lot of people with that.
Yeah, all of them were like, who's Billy Ocean?
And get out of my car, what?
Get out of my car. Get in.
I'm in his dreams, is what it is.
No, it's get out of my dreams, get into my car. Okay. Well, yeah, if he'd have told me to get into his car, it would have been a little more creepier.
Gerald?
Yeah. No, he doesn't get a mic. Where is he going? Oh. There's too much echo. The echo is the delay, HDMI versus.
I had a mic, but when he would speak, it would hit his mic just before it would hit my mic, and then it was echoing, and it made people mad and want to sign off.
Why are you
Or it would
ducking? You're not that tall.
Because I'm looking there and not there. Here, I can do this. So, it just doesn't work that way. Sorry.
That's why I face this way.
You need a dual camera setup, like when I did the podcast.
I used to do that. Remember when I live stream on VHS?
That was beta.
Somebody actually messaged me the other day that that was their comment, that I hadn't talked to them in like years. And they're like, by the way, I loved your VHS live stream. I'm like, that's what I'm known for, my VHS live stream.
You can have a camera there and a camera here.
I used to. It was a pain in the rear.
Put the one camera on this thing here and it can just zoom in
When,
and zoom out.
when Blackmagic sends me the ATM Micro, I will go back to multicams.
Here, if I
Blackmagic?
connect this Wi-Fi, I can show them this, right?
Nope, you can't connect. Newman says, Bill, do you know details of what having a press pass grants you at this point?
Well, for one thing, it's not really a press pass. Those went out the days with the fedora and the little card in the hat. Pretty much anything that you're telling a story for press, and you're fine. If you have a business card that shows your press, a letter from the editor, letter from the publisher, that type of thing.
Well, and that makes you essential in all these lockdowns that are happening. Essential personnel are not locked down, and press are essential. And so basically, You're to practice the safest possible social distancing that you can while in doing your job, but you're there to gather news and information and such. So, I mean, you can print up your own press pass. And you can also, your card, your business card.
Technically, if you shoot for stock and you're putting it in as editorial, it would be press.
I mean, I shoot for YouTube business card that I hand out. Yeah, that one. Probably not press pass that they're looking for. Would you like one? Yeah, it's but your business card, because that's what you're doing, and that is essential, and you are allowed, and the police will let you be. Now, you can't go barge into areas, but you actually can typically get a lot closer if you have a camera than you really should.
And now, typically, what I'm going to be doing on this trip is most of my stuff will be shot from inside my truck through the window. I'll have the window rolled down. I'm not going to be in front of anybody.
Yeah.
So just trying to stay clear of everybody. Honestly, Scott and I right here are as close as I'm getting to anybody. Even when they partition the floor marks at the truck stops, where 6 feet are, and you have to get by them somehow, so you're going to split the 6 feet somewhere. But even there, even the gas pumps, I'm using paper towels on the gas pumps.
Right. Newman says he's using the 300D Mark II and the 300D OG softboxes on both, and still struggling for light. Yes, exactly. I was doing the exact same. I also had 4 quasars above. I found that the quasars helped soften it. I used the original OG 300D with the softbox, and then I used the 300D Mark II with the Fresnel on it to punch in a whole bunch more light. Yeah, and it's tough. I was trying to shoot slow-mo. That is really tough.
Gerald, as far as Gerald says, real estate business for me isn't slowing down either. Actually, it's gotten more busy, 4 videos in the last 2 days. I think I mentioned that to Scott, that you had picked up some. Did I tell you that, or was I talking to somebody else?
On this live stream, we follow these chat in order.
I thought we did.
We didn't.
You just did?
No.
I'm
no.
sorry.
No, there's another
Gerald,
person
we'll
in
come
front
back
of
to
you.
it.
That is rude and insensitive of you.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
This is why you don't get a microphone.
I don't do live streams.
Very well.
2 live streams, both with him.
This is true. Kevin Kelly says, all the socially centered businesses are taking a hit. This is true. So far, construction-related businesses don't appear to be slowing down. That's not true, though. Well, I mean, it depends on the area. Like around here, road construction is not happening. This is the perfect time to do road construction. My gosh.
I actually had 2 delays today for over 30 minutes on single lanes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what state?
It was here in Texas.
Well, fine.
One in Louisiana, one in Texas.
Well, Texas, that's okay.
But it was East Texas, where.
Oh, it's like Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably didn't have roads, and they're putting them in now. Oh, here's a question for you. Gerald asks.
But I don't know if I mentioned him. Anyway, I spoke to somebody about that, Gerald, and said that you had actually picked up some work because of the homeowners didn't want strangers coming into their house that could be infected without seeing that video first. They wanted to make sure that person was very interested in the house, and that's a great thing. I've actually, the little bit of income I've had since the end of basketball season has been real estate, and I've picked up a little bit of extra stuff. I don't do video for the real estate, but I did get aerials with it as well, and so yeah. I never did post that house I told you about.
Kevin says, I've always been considered the Big E essential. So, Luke, yes, you can go to Vegas and you can shoot those. And that's what I was telling people last week. Now is the time for you to exercise your press pass and go shoot the streets like they've never been seen before. Because that stock footage is footage you're going to sell forever.
And don't just do stills. Get stills, get video. The video, I mean, you think about it. This is exactly what every one of these, like I Am Legend, all these zombie films, this is what they need.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay arm and a leg to vacate the city to do it.
Well, and Luke shoots a lot of that. He shoots 8K. So, I mean, if you have these master plates in 8K, I mean, this is amazing. Not to mention Newman, Luke, Kyle, Ollie. No, with a lot of your films, you like to shoot in isolated places. Now is the time for you to get some awesome plates, man. This is made for you.
But I know of 2 different photographers, one in Las Vegas and one in Myrtle Beach that's been just, I mean, he's shooting the same places, but one in the day and one at the night because the lights are still on, but there's nobody there to interfere with the photo, with the image.
Ali says, anything filmmaking related on Amazon delivers in a month. Yeah, I know. It's the same way here. Am I the only one that gives the look of death to the 300D's noisy ballast when using the Mark II at the same time? Define that, because Kyle said that too, that the high-pitched squeal from 10 to 39. On what? Which one, the Mark II or the OG? I don't experience that at all. In fact, this is the OG right here running at 17%.
No drone videos in national parks.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you cannot do that.
Well, take it back. Stand outside the national park, you can fly in, but you cannot operate it from inside.
Not anymore. Most states have passed. Texas is definitely a no-no now. Most states, yeah, it's federal land, and it's protected by the federal law. That's well, I don't know if it's federal law, but it's the National Park Service has that stipulated that on those lands you cannot, even if it's closed. I'm flying the Helium, lucky. Oh, you're talking about the fan noise on the OG 300D? Yeah, that thing is preposterous. I've learned to point that thing as far away from my set as possible. Yeah, I don't care for that, and that's where the 300D Mark II comes in. I like what? That's that fan sound you hear down there.
I don't hear it. I'm deaf.
This is true. He doesn't even get half of my jokes. Ollie says, I don't know about the U.S., but they're setting up checkpoints here, so going out to film is getting harder and harder. Cops using drones to monitor parks also. Well, it's a really gray area and a socially gray area. I would tell everyone to please follow instructions. However, if you can get out socially responsibly as a member of the media and capture this stuff, I think it's okay to do, because you're not.
I'm going to be in Orange County next week, in Orange County, California, and that's one of the stricter places. But I've got a letter saying that what I'm doing is okay per Orange County. So
Yeah, he's.
but there are some differences in the stay at home and the shelter in place.
Right.
Stay at home. I mean, most of your governors that have issued stay-at-home orders, and most of the cities and counties that have done that, they still encourage you to get out and walk the dog and do things like that. California, I was telling Scott, Yosemite is closed down. Sequoia National Park is closed down. However, the national forest that is right beside it, that is open for people to go and hike and get outside.
Yeah, and in fact, like the state of Texas encourages you to go to state parks. They said because there's plenty of distance and places to be away from people, and it allows you to get that kind of that breakaway that you kind of need. God, Drew has ruined it. I almost called you Kyle again. The real problem, Luke, is that I used to work with a guy called Kyle Newman. And so now I've associated that name with you, and which you don't want to be associated with. That's a guy.
But what if Kyle Newman is watching this and that was mean.
If Kyle Newman was watching this right now, he would type in, "Do you want me?" That's what he would type. He was
battery.
Dang it. So much love.
Just a sec.
It should come back. Or did I unplug it and not realize it?
Hold on. We're coming.
Please stand by. That should be back.
Such trendsetters. The first reported case of blindness from COVID-19.
Is it not back?
Nothing on the screen.
Oh, no. Come on. No. Through you. That's, yeah, it's your microphone that they hear. Hold on.
Don't let your live stream center around your battery life center around your
That is so not fair. Let's see. Let's go intro. Battery exhausted. That is so weird. So weird. Let's switch this. Deactivate. Activate. There we go. Yay! Wow, that was not supposed to happen. It was plugged into power. I'm not really sure why. That was weird because I was just watching it. All of a sudden it goes blank. Yeah, you can turn that off. And I'll mute you. Wow. Right about this time, Bill's going to go, you know, if you had two cameras, shoot, this wouldn't be a problem. You just switch over to the other camera.
What did you say?
I did it in a low voice so you couldn't copy me. Oh, what did I miss? What did I know? Let's see. Driving your car isolated to a hotel isolated to shoot nature places with no gatherings is all isolated, but essential is to go out and do it. But is it essential? That's a good question. It's not essential, but it's not, I don't know.
Now, remember, essential in the stay-at-home order is for business, for work. So that could be your quote recreation.
I'm going to read through all these jokes because I was over there laughing at them as we, whoops, got to keep the eye on the phone with those batteries. That's weird. DC power, yeah, no, it's.
We thought we were.
That's A7R3 with USB-C plugged into it, but for some reason I exhausted my battery.
Should use my Nikon.
I can't focus the opposite direction. I don't know how. Apparently I said just a sec. Yeah. So COVID. What's that all about? Such trendsetter is the first report. I love that. Ollie says, "Don't let your live stream center around your battery life." Oh man, you guys are brutal. Still displaying battery exhausted. It should be back. Yeah, there you are. Okay, audio sounds a bit off, almost like it was clipping. Should be okay now. Audio, it's like, if you hear me clapping, I'm not a cheerleader. So, yeah, that should be good now.
Although he was dressed like one when I got here today.
I may have shifted focus while I was. It should be. No, it's fine. I think we're okay. You're awful short. I did that on purpose to make him look short. He's actually 7 feet tall. He's on his knees right now.
He's on a bar stool and I'm on a milk crate.
No. Get it right. You're on 2 apple boxes in New York with a half apple in LA. Or Texas, actually, Texas. Which I never understood. LA, Chicago, and New York are all really tall. Still stuttering? Well, then what I need to do is unplug the HDMI real fast and plug it back in.
1 second.
Well, let me do it from here. Please stand by. No, we're completely paused. No, it's paused. Man. It should be okay now. I usually have to do that. I have to hum and watch the thing go pop, pop, pop.
Now.
How are we feeling? Are we feeling okay? We good? We good? You feeling all right? I'm good. Yeah, I feel good.
Oh, good.
Newman says audio is good. Gerald, did you just have me do that for no reason? Now that's rude. Well, Ollie says audio glitchy. Stuttering? Oh no. All right. I'm going to use keywords. If the audio is bad, please type in the words donate to Scott's channel. I'm taking a chance that it's bad. Let's see here.
It was good.
For a sec, now it's back. Really? That's weird. Let's,
Does it have anything to do with the upload stuff?
no. Oh, let's do this. Okay. Hey, Chad, that was not the words. The words was donate to Scott's channel.
At www.billhowardoutdoors.com.
No. If the audio is bad, send me a super chat of $20. All right, is it better now? Tell me now. The delay shouldn't be that bad. I think I calculated it 13 seconds now because I have it on ultra low. Still, well, come on. What is going on? I see it. I see it glitchy. Let me...
You haven't changed my mic?
No. Well, I could, but then hold on. Let me just turn this off. We're just going to go. And it's glitchy. I think I'm not clipping. It's. Let's try something. It's the OBS is the problem, but I can't exit OBS. If I exit OBS, there goes the live stream. Oh, we can just do onboard camera. How's that? That sounds awesome, doesn't it? Sounds good because I'm standing right next to it. Okay. Is that still glitchy?
I don't know what I'm looking at. So
Well, this is true.
I'm not an audio guy.
Man, this is going to be a bad live stream if I... Let's see if we're glitching. I think it's glitching. Dadgummit. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to switch to yours. All right, we're going to switch. I'm going to switch hats here, folks. Oh, yours. You left it on. Why'd you do that?
I don't know how to turn it off.
We worry about the little things.
What?
No, I don't know where the audio was coming from. Now you should hear me. Okay. I'm going to turn this one off. That's so sad. All right, I'm switching hats. I'm a man of many hats.
He said you were glitching even with the camera mic.
Right. Well, but I shouldn't be glitching now. Is it? Oh man, I don't want to stop the stream. What is this? Pathetic. It's still glitching, isn't it? Man, it's OBS. If I stop the stream, still. All right, hang in there. Don't disconnect. I'm going to stop the stream and come right back in. Test, test, test. It's glitching still, isn't it? Well, let's capture 4. Okay, how's that? Put a fan in front of you. Luke, I am your father. Is that any better?
Seeing us good.
Perfect. Yay. Golly.
Got streamers and confetti.
Because we're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. Damn it.
Isn't it 4?
Huh?
4?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he liked stew. Or no, he loves stew. It was because we're the 3. No, 4 best. No, it's 3 best friends. Yeah, I don't know. Nevertheless, we don't need to
This
see.
feels like a hangover at this point.
It kind of feels like a standard Balcom live stream. All right.
What's that been involved with?
Yeah, well, that's like all of them. Yeah, we had a lot of problems, but we were live streaming in the middle of North Carolina, up on top of a mountain.
Well, we weren't in the middle of North Carolina. We were on the western edge of North Carolina.
Yes, I'm so happy you're there to correct me. Well, it's really warm in here, isn't it? The thing's on. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it down. Which means
Scott does not want to be in front of you all.
this is the problem. Well, it's like 90 degrees here today, which is hot for those of you who don't know what hot feels like. It's getting hot in here. All right, now we're back. And we're back. Man, I haven't had dropping packets. Now we're back. I can see the packets. We're good. Nope, we're dropping packets again. Son of the...
Is that the little light on the right?
No, it's right here. See the drop frames? Now we're stable. Nope, now we're dropping. Now we're stable. Stable. Yeah.
Let's go with it.
Yeah, let's just do it. I mean, they'll see us go like this. Hey, audio is good. I can deal with iffy video. Copy that. Okay. And we're dropping. Okay. What were we talking about before Scott's massive fiasco?
Well, we had a few that said that life has not changed for them
Oh.
business-wise. How about anybody else? Anything special you're trying to do?
Yeah. What are you doing to pass the time? For those of you who are doing it.
Are you watching Pete and Maddie with their daily post of dull life?
Going to Vegas to shoot some stock. Do
I
it.
see you there.
Do it.
I've got to go through Vegas.
Do it, man. That's gonna be some prime stuff right there. Any place, I saw. Was it Gene Potato Jet was videoing on the LA freeway at like peak traffic, and there was like few cars. Film that. That's like.
It's kind of strange. Like the interstates, they're not as busy, but they weren't bad. But going through Atlanta, which I despise Atlanta traffic, was a breeze. In fact, I had a GoPro that I got a magnet mount for, and I put it on the side of the truck to film me driving through Atlanta with nobody there. This is the stock footage that will sell, I'm telling you. Especially if you can get it out now. You can publish it like as soon as possible, because
Everybody wants this footage.
And look, maybe go some different routes with it. Approach some places like ABC News, CBS, NBC News, CNN, some of that. They don't have people catching that footage all throughout the country, but they will certainly buy it. It's happened to me several times when we've had hurricanes come in North Carolina.
Yeah, this is the time for you to responsibly go shoot some stock footage if you can do it safely. And I am in no way telling you that you must do this. I'm in no way instructing you, please consult your physician or your doctor. All that legal stuff. I'm just telling you the opportunity that's there that you should consider based upon your personal acceptance into such as blah, 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 blah. You get it. Gerald says, just got off the phone with a new agent. Some of their larger photography shops in D.C. have closed their doors. The agents are now coming to my partner and I. Well, there you go, buddy. If you can sustain through this, that does help. That's wild.
It gives you a chance to steal a lot of agents.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's obviously not cool for those who lost their jobs, but
your work is very good. It's enough where you'll be able to steal agents and build up your clientele.
What he said. And let's see.
That was another thing, Gerald, we were talking about going to the Outer Banks. I've got another photographer out of Alabama that was coming up this weekend, and we were going to do a trial run of a lighthouse photography workshop along the Outer Banks, except last week the Outer Banks blocked the bridge, and unless you were a resident, you weren't getting over there.
Well, what about if you're media?
Residents only.
Interesting.
And Gerald he was coming to the Outer Banks, and is it next month or the month after? Because we were going to try to shoot some, and hopefully all this will be gone by then.
We can certainly hope. Man, I had a good joke and I lost it.
You haven't had a good joke since I've started watching you a couple years ago.
Yes, I have. It's called My Live Stream. Man, I had, what was it? Man, what was it? Wow. I mean, it was a good joke, but also a good conversation point. You can talk about something because I got to think about this.
What was one of the other things that
Oh, I know what it was.
See this all the time?
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't want you to talk. Luke, remember that special sound effects pack that we talked about? I think that's going to happen now. I'm going to make that happen, and I'm more than happy to collab with you if you want to help see that happen. That I think it's important that happens. I'm ready. Gerald says our Outer Banks vacay are now in limbo. Hopefully not. So you shoot on the Nikon.
Yes.
Are you left-handed?
No.
Well, how do you focus? I don't understand. The focus is all backwards on the Nikon stuff.
No, on the Nikon lens. This is a Tamron lens.
Oh, so it's correct? Oh, so you can make a Nikon better?
The Nikon lens is cattywampus.
But I thought all the Nikon lenses. Oh, interesting. That makes it okay then. Yeah. Kyle knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, Kyle. Luke, damn it. I'm gonna get
He is forever ruined.
I really am. So I will go ahead and give the story now, because I have this written in a short story about, it's kind of like the IT office, but I think I shared this story one time. I did share this story, but the guy whose name is now completely tainted by yours, we had this on-call pager. It was a BlackBerry, and he would always take it to the bathroom with him at work. Well, we had to exchange it weekly, but he always wanted to play the stupid snake game on it while he was in the bathroom. And when apparently he wipes, he would set it in the crotch of his pants while he was sitting there, so that he could wipe and do his thing. Well, he came back and couldn't find the BlackBerry anywhere. And about 20 minutes later, he realized it was up against his junk. He had pulled him up in there and had been walking around with a BlackBerry between his junk. Needless to say, we got a brand new BlackBerry. But this is the kind of guy that, unfortunately, Luke, your now name is like forever associated with. I apologize, but it's...
See, when I hear Kyle Newman, I'm thinking of Kylo Ren and
Kylo
from
New.
Seinfeld.
I love Seinfeld. Yeah, GDU mini blocks are back in stock. They are, because Jared himself was assembling those things. Yeah, what? Yeah, the fart sound effect pack needs to be accompanied by a BTS making of video filmed on VHS. It will be done. It will be done. How do you not feel that? I don't know. That's what we all asked. I mean, it was an IT department of 40 people. And we're all like, how did you not know that was there?
I don't think the BlackBerries back then had vibrate. But
They did. No, and that's how he found it. I forgot. I just
Did he wait
remembered.
for it to finish vibrating?
No, he called it. He's like, because he went back to the bathroom and couldn't find it. And it was when he called it. He's like, what the? And that's when we're all like, no. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you not feel that. I don't know how any of us ever allowed not that BlackBerry, but any new BlackBerry to go on rotation with him again, knowing what he did with it. Oh, look, it sounds like a press conference. Yeah, I believe we should have a new bill. I think bipartisan support.
You don't like me?
I like where you're going with this. On Capitol Hill, I found a new bill. Now with bipartisan, I can't even say bipartisan now. Bipartisan support on Capitol Hill of, that's not right. Now he's forever ruined. Where we outlaw, banish on any conference of any kind, DSLRs, where the mirror slaps. Hey, look, we've got a new bill.
You hit the punchline like you should have. But you know what this would be then?
Mr. Hand, yes. Kyle says, maybe the Kyle, son of a... God, this is horrible. Luke says, Luke says, maybe BlackBerry being in that position was not a coincidence. Maybe it wasn't the first time. We now know it was definitely not the first time, sadly. And yeah, that's where the first social distancing actually happened. Apple sees Adobe's 2-month free subscription and raises them 3. But if you call Adobe and not do it online, you get 3 months.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you already did your 2-month, you got 2 months.
I didn't even cheat them out of the extra month. That was fine.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I did drop Epidemic Sound.
You did? Why?
Well, at the time I didn't have the work, so
Oh, yeah.
I had to skimp back on something. I got 2 months of Adobe wiped out, so I dropped Epidemic Sound. I've got it through April 4th, I think.
Well, I mean, you can get it back.
I'll be able to get it back now. So.
The problem I don't like with Epidemic, and this is why I've basically stopped using them until they come and sponsor me. Epidemic, hello. But basically, when you stop, they will claim ownership of your videos, the monetization on them, which I do not think is right at all, because originally, in their original contract, when I signed up, that was not the case. That they would not monetize your videos once you stopped. But they're doing it now. Yep, I did an online support call and got 3 months. Gerald says, yep, Epidemic is garbage, man. I have some good luck with Epidemic. There's some good stuff on there that I like.
I really like the Oi. He's got several
Oh,
really good
yeah.
songs. The one that I play at the end of my videos is
Right.
from him. There's another one that I was going to use for another project I was doing. He's got some really good stuff, but it's only on Epidemic.
And it's a problem because that licensing thing that they did, like if you go Soundstripe or Artlist, you can use those forever and still monetize them even after you cancel them. But back when I had both Soundstripe and Artlist and Epidemic, those two didn't have anything compared to Epidemic. Now Newman says Epidemic is garbage. That's because Newman has his own sound libraries that you can buy. You still sell those sound effects or the music effects pack? I own several of those, by the way. I've never used them either. I was really excited. You had what was it? The last one was I think it was your Halloween one. I'm pretty sure I bought those. I liked those. Those were pretty good. Oh man, don't bring out Mr. Sexy. He's too much.
He is
No.
confirmed.
They don't sell? Yeah, I get it. I was about to start trying to do that myself, and then I realized two things. Number one, they don't sell. Number two, I don't finish songs. So I didn't have anything to sell. I have hundreds and hundreds of songs that I've written, and they're all out there. I've got many snippets I can share, but I don't finish them. I get them 80% done. This is basically the way I operate. Get it to 80% where I have all the idea that was in my brain down, and then I don't finish them, figuring I'd come back later. Yeah.
What services do you all use for music? Like Gerald, what do you use? I have been recommended to use Soundstripe, but I haven't done anything since I dropped Epidemic, obviously.
One of those, between Soundstripe and Artlist, one of them you're allowed to continue to use the song on the video that you've used it for with monetization. The other one will let you use that song forever. So once you've licensed the song, it's yours to use from that point forward, even if you don't subscribe.
I know that I have been bitten by YouTube in the past using one of their free ones, and then a year later, it's the only video I've had over 1 million views on. A year later, the artist decided that they wanted the rights. They get all the money. I got zip out of it.
Music Bed, I'm not a fan of for a host of reasons. But a lot of their music, I mean, they're a lot better with their music now, but I find a lot of their music is not commercial enough. It's very alternative and like artsy, which is good for vloggy stuff, but it's like for commercial stuff, I have not found much music on there that I could use. Also, they want to claim monetization or they charge you. I don't go with that. I needs my $20 a month.
That is slowly reducing.
Oh, and he says, similar to video blogs, I don't like what they do to the industry as a whole. This is true. Unfortunately, I don't think there's much we can do about that. I think music has gone that way. The streaming platform is it. And I mean, I sadly say it, but at some point video is going to go similar. I mean, they're all trying it, but because it makes a lot of money for them and it makes it feel like you're getting a lot, but you're not. And there's not much we can do about that. This post is sponsored by Nikon, Tamron, and Sexy.
That's just sharp. Look at that. And he's in black too.
Well,
Good guys wear black.
Well, that's true. Not always. You ever see the movie The Villain? It's an old movie from the 80s, early 80s. The villain wore black, a completely black suit, and a bandit front, and the hero wore all white.
Which one was the villain in Spy vs. Spy?
Ooh, I don't know. Doon, 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 doon. I really kind of want to drink now. I messed up my live stream, messed up my jokes. Messed up everything. Everything.
Would you like me to get that one over there and go ahead and get this thing demonetized?
Right. Right. And then on top of that, my FedEx that's promised to be delivered today, and it still says by 8 o'clock today. By the way, that's 2.5 hours away. It's in Memphis. What? You turned his head? Don't do that. He's pristine.
I could have picked it up and brought it for you.
I know. Now he's got the viral load. Yeah, it's still in Memphis. It says in transit at 3:30. Really? That is.
It's coming from Shanghai.
This is a problem.
That could be Memphis, China.
Good times though. So, on top of
We're losing a viewer.
what? I don't usually point that out. That's hurtful.
Nobody else leave until we're done.
All right, that was Luke. All right, buddy. See ya. Thanks for joining in. That was a fun one. Oh, he came back because you said something. Thank you for dropping by Newman Films. Always a pleasure. And if you don't know Newman Films, go subscribe to Newman Films.
I just did.
Watch his Pro Tools videos. They're actually really good. Let's see. Soundstripe, yeah. A bunch of people are posting to my Facebook post on music. Let's see. Oh, he's drinking. See, I threatened to do a cigar. That's what the problem was. Air conditioning wasn't down low enough.
You can't even say it though.
I did.
I know,
I just
now
can't.
it's
I can't talk about it. I threatened to enjoy one, but he doesn't. So I thought I'll be a nice host and allow him to be on my live stream.
But it would have like had an atmosphere.
No, it definitely creates nice fog in here. But see, you can see the there's
Car dripping from the ceiling.
no, there's a exhaust fan up there, which
Okay.
I filter.
I can't see it actually.
Why? Because the bright light.
Yeah. I'm looking. It's up there somewhere. That's not doing anything.
No, it's really not.
Oh. Oh, over there.
What? Yeah, that's the exhaust fan.
Okay.
Now you're dim. Turn on the lights.
There's a delay.
Who would have thought remote control would have been so
It
much
took that
fun?
long for the light to travel from there
Right.
to me.
Right. All right. We've had some fun, I hope. I'm going to put 10 minutes out there. If you have questions, though, throw some questions out there. And we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. As long as there's questions, I'm cool with that. I just don't want to just live stream for the sake of live streaming. It's just silly sometimes to do that. Who's got questions?
There was something mentioned early on that I want to come back to.
Whoa. Amazon just closed a warehouse permanently.
Who did?
Amazon, or indefinitely.
Yeah, I heard that.
Kentucky.
earlier. Yep.
3 workers tested positive. Ooh. Wow, that's not good, though. That's not good. Once it starts. What are
What are your thoughts on COVID-19?
Hey, no. Can't talk about that.
Wow.
You're not allowed to talk. Don't talk about that.
You can't talk. You can talk about it
You could-
because
you could talk
this
about-
can't hear you talking about
You could talk about your situation, but you can't talk about it, or I get demonetized. What was that? It looked like me. No, it's not me.
That's one of the drone guys that he's from.
Oh, you have yours on autoplay. All right.
I'm trying to find your live stream so I can find the comment on it.
That's all right. Everybody's kind of checked out. It's cool. So, you have any last words to say? Plug your channel.
Go to Conscious Creative Media. Here on YouTube, every Monday we post a new photo challenge. So if you are bored at home, join our photography side of it. And like I said, every Monday we have a new challenge for the year of 2020. And Scott joined, but I don't think he's posted anything yet.
It's pretty sad.
But yeah, and I'll have some videos from this trip too. Like I said, I plan on getting some national parks, some time lapses, some things like that. So
Coolness.
I'm not going to show my commercial work. I will show some of the dead areas though.
Right. You can do photography. You're allowed to sell those.
Yeah.
So, as always, as I like to leave it, no. Wow, I just accelerated the whole thing. Wow, that's the end of it. No one's gonna.
He has really screwed this one up.
It's because of
My
him.
part's been perfect.
Yeah, it's because of him. Have any comments? Put them down below. Remember to like, subscribe, alert bell, making sure to set it to all alerts. If you're buying anything on Amazon in any way, I need to get a UK one. Ollie can buy off my link if he buys in the UK, if I get a UK one. It's so hard to do. But yeah, if you have anything you wish to purchase, you can buy it through the Amazon links down below. It does help. And PayPal, Patreon, all down below. And as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life.
Let your life center around your passions. Be safe, everybody. Gloves, 6 feet apart. Coffin to the elbow.
Gotta wait 20 seconds.
2, 3.
We don't count while doing this part. We read.
I can't count.
You can. I don't know if you can. Seems
You can.
maybe you can. Maybe you can. I don't know. I'm not judging. That's not
Now,
my place. It's for them to do.
Stuff up, it's gonna be like over my face right here.
Yes, one big one.
So I need to like go here like this.
There's one right there. You know where there's not
Right here?
one? In the center.
Right here.
Bye.